Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Michael Maney begins now.
Good evening everyone. 500 Tasmanian jobs are safe for now as 3 governments throw the Nearstar smelter a major lifeline. The future is still far from certain though. The money's enough to keep the plant afloat while a feasibility study is completed.
The panic alarm's been ringing at Nearstar for months. Tonight, a deal to keep the zinc smelter going is pure gold for hundreds of workers.
There's going to be a lot of very relieved working families today.
The $135 million survival package from the federal, South Australian and Tasmanian governments will prop up both the Hobart smelter and its sister site in Port Pirie.
I'm making sure that this plant and the Hobart plant are modernised, fit for the future.
Our number one objective was to ensure the protection and the saving of 500 jobs.
But the money will only keep them going for so long, while a 2-year feasibility study is undertaken to look at modernising both sites with port and furnace upgrades.
And of course the parent company will be investing too to make sure that longer term we can secure this important smelter for Tasmania.
These are very capital intensive and long dated investments, typically thinking 40, 50 years.
The planned improvements would make Hobart a key part of the operation, branching out to new key minerals.
So germanium in semiconductors, indium, key ingredient in touchscreens. So that will be concentrated in Hobart. There are some streams here that will also go back to Hobart, and that can then go through the value chain.
But in the north of the state, hundreds of workers at Liberty Bell Bay are still no closer to knowing what the future holds for them as talks between their boss and the federal and Tasmanian governments drag on.
And the message squarely for GFG and the owners of that facility is do your job and deliver the right level of capital for the future of that facility. It's absolutely a viable facility.
Nick Kelly, 7 Tasmania News.
A scaled-back search has failed to find any trace of a light plane which vanished over Bass Strait on the weekend. For new details, we're joined by Tom Crosby. And Tom, we now know who was on board.
Yes, Michael, the names of the couple have been released with permission from their family. Police this afternoon confirmed that Gregory Vaughan, aged 72, and his partner Kim Warner, 66, of Deloraine, plus their dog were on board the green 2-seater Bristol aircraft. They left Georgetown early on Saturday afternoon and failed to arrive at their destination in central New South Wales. They haven't been in contact with anyone, including aviation authorities, since they took off. Rough conditions have hampered the search around in Bass Strait this morning, leaving a helicopter to patrol between Georgetown and Turners Beach. And with the search now in its 4th day, police say they hold grave concerns for the missing couple. Pol Air will continue to help with the search over the next 2 days when efforts will be reassessed based on any new information that comes to light. Michael?
Thanks very much for that, Tom. Tom Crosby there. After weeks of uncertainty, a decision on who will form government could be just days away. The Premier revealing he will visit the Governor in the next 48 hours now that the election result has officially been declared.
For some, a career as a state politician seemed like a pipe dream.
30 years ago, a good friend said that you'll be in this place. I said, not a chance in hell.
Can you believe that I have participated in 6 elections in 3 years? That's a break the record, isn't it?
But now it's become a reality.
The result has quite frankly, astonishes me.
I'm so honoured to have been elected this time around to represent the Bass community in the Tasmanian Parliament.
8 new faces joining 27 returning members in the lower house, working together, a common theme.
We can all talk about collaboration, we can all talk about working together, but we will be judged by the electorate in what we actually deliver, in how we actually act.
But cooperation won't come easy. Mac Point Stadium and salmon shaping up to be sticky issues.
I commit to rolling back the industrial salmon farms.
5 out of the 7 of the members elected for Franklin support the salmon sector, support the stadium.
The writs have been returned to Government House today, confirming the results. From there, the Premier will seek to have the Liberals recommissioned.
Over the course of the next 48 hours, I expect to be visiting the Governor.
Determined to form government with either 14 seats or crossbench support, though Labor has its doubts.
If Jeremy Rockliff has the same pig-headed approach to this parliament as he did to the last parliament, we're just going to have another early election.
Not ruling out another no-confidence motion against the Premier, which, if passed, would resemble the downfall of former Liberal Premier Robin Gray.
In 1989, it was the Greens who moved the no-confidence motion, Bob Brown, not the incoming Labor government. So they may look to a crossbencher to move it, but the question is more, do they have the numbers to move it at all?
Anthony Dodd, 7 Tasmania News.
A $130 million runway upgrade is now complete at Hobart Airport, paving the way for more direct international flights in the next few years. The project's being labelled a game changer for Tasmania's economy, tourism industry and exporters.
More than 100,000 cubic metres of asphalt, over 200 truckloads of concrete. That's the scale of work that's gone into transforming Hobart Airport's runway.
This means that now we can have wide-body international flights take off from Hobart Airport and land in Hong Kong or Singapore without having to stop on the mainland to refuel.
Backed by $60 million from the federal government and $70 million from the airport itself, the runway upgrade is now open for business.
$122 million in additional economic activity per year and over 1,200 new jobs.
A critical boost not just for flights, but for freight, jobs and tourism.
Getting those wide-body planes in, which means you can get more freight in and out, really, really critical for the Tasmanian economy.
The reality is that we employ 1 in 6 Tasmanians. That's 1 in 6 Tasmanians that are being supported by the visitors that are coming through this gateway.
And for our producers, it's a fast track to fresh markets.
Particularly seafood and particularly some of our fruit being able to get to Asia faster and be in a premium condition will allow them to get a premium price for some of our product.
The runway upgrade is just one part of the airport's major redevelopment. A $200 million expansion of the terminal is already underway, meaning more space and a wider variety of retail options for travellers.
The first part of that, which is the new security screening area, will open in early September.
The full terminal upgrade is expected to be complete by late 2027. A new era for the Hobart Airport, ready to connect Tasmania to the rest of the world. Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmania News.
A Carolyn Vale house has been extensively damaged in a case of suspected arson. Emergency services responded to reports of fire at the property around 3:30 this morning. Tasmania Fire Service determining the inferno was at the vacant home and it was deliberately lit. Anyone with information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers. Tasmanian clinicians are playing a pivotal role in a world-leading program which treats hearing loss in young people. The early intervention model is now ready to be rolled out in Japan, where it will bring life-changing support to deaf children.
Frankie Mountney's story is one of success. Born deaf, she didn't pass her first few newborn hearing screenings.
It was really confronting and really quite scary.
Early intervention was critical.
It's a crucial window of time for children to develop lifelong literacy skills.
Frankie received her first hearing aid at 6 months old and her first cochlear implant at 2.
I honestly knew nothing about parenting a deaf child, and yeah, it was a very steep learning curve.
But not an impossible one, thanks to the Shepherd Centre.
Families have to be at the centre. Our job is to teach the parents, because parents are with children all the time.
And now the Shepherd Centre is sharing its groundbreaking model with clinicians in Japan.
We were amazed at their early intervention program. I thought this was something that didn't exist in Japan.
So when they saw us being able to start our centres down in Hobart and in Launceston, the federal government in Japan could see that this was something that could be taken anywhere.
Japanese children affected by hearing loss often don't receive the opportunity to learn how to speak. Instead, they receive cochlear implants and attend schools for the deaf, where they learn through sign language. But that's starting to change.
We know that cochlear implant surgery for children under 1 year old has good outcomes.
But the partnership is about more than just clinical intervention, with strong focus on audiology, speech therapy and family counselling.
I want all children to feel the same, that they are not disabled, but that they can achieve their dreams.
Helping Japanese children with hearing loss find their voices, just like Frankie.
It helps me use my speech, and it has so many fun games that I can play, and it helps Mum and Dad out a lot.
Tom Crosby, 7 Tasmania News.
A Tasmanian mum has described the shock and joy of waking from emergency surgery to discover her baby girl had been born 3 months early. Tonight, baby Harriet is defying the odds as groundbreaking technology promises new hope for premature babies.
At just 27 weeks pregnant, Hobart mum Louise thought she was heading into a surgery to ease abdominal pain, but she woke up to a life-changing surprise.
While they were operating on me, decided that she needed to be born. So yeah, I woke up in recovery and found out I had a little girl.
Born 3 months early and weighing just 1.1 kilos, baby Harriet is already proving herself a little fighter.
You can see she's, breathing really well, she's active, she's feeding really well, she's putting on lots of weight.
Harriet is in the care of the neonatal team at the Royal Hobart Hospital, surrounded by machines monitoring her every breath. But soon that technology could receive a major upgrade.
The sensors themselves are mostly existing technology that we're repurposing and trying to get high quality information out of.
The hospital's research foundation is developing new highly sensitive sensors designed to detect the earliest signs of distress in premature babies by monitoring pressure in tiny airways, chest sounds and the subtle rise and fall of their lungs.
They're tiny babies, that's really the key challenge. So they're very, very small signals and trying to make sensors that don't interrupt in all patient care.
It's a 3-year project still in early stages, backed by a $9,000 community grant from My State Bank.
If we can help out a little bit financially to support the wonderful work that Tasmanian organisations are doing in our community, it is part of our purpose and we're going to keep doing that.
For parents like Louise and Jake, advances like this could make all the difference.
Strong little girl, that's for sure.
Bringing a little peace of mind in the most fragile of moments. Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmania's own Lily Cornish has claimed a second Mirrorball trophy, winning last night's Dancing with the Stars finale. Paired with Home and Away's Kyle Schilling, the duo scooped up perfect scores with an emotional showcase which left the judges in awe.
The performance which silenced the room. Tasmania's Lily Cornish claiming the Mirrorball alongside Home and Away's Kyle Schilling. Their Dancing with the Stars finale performance earning 10s across the board.
One of the best performances. I've been on this show from the very, very beginning. One of the best performances I've ever seen.
Set to Moju's native tongue, the showstopper celebrated Kyle's Aboriginal heritage, featuring a live didgeridoo performance in its opening moments.
I knew how much it meant to him and everything had so much intention.
Last night's most iconic move, since dubbed the koala, almost didn't make the cut.
I just would absolutely fly into him. We definitely have a few videos on our phones in the studio where he absolutely toppled over.
But it all came together when it mattered. It's actually Lily's second Mirrorball, with the first prominently displayed in her stepdad's Launceston studio.
She is the hardest worker I know. She is the most amazing young lady and the world really is at her feet, and I'm just so proud of her.
While Kyle will attend this weekend's Tasmanian Open Dance Sport Championship, Lily will stay on the mainland to perform at the Sydney Opera House. But when she does return to the island, she'll have some extra baggage.
I'll bring the Mirrorball trophy home, back to Tassie with the other one, because that's where they belong. I wouldn't be where I am without the support of the Tasmanian community.
Aaron Smith, 7 Tasmania News.
Junction Arts Festival is celebrating its 15th year with an expanded celebration. The event will offer a 2-week schedule for the first time next month as organisers look to double attendance.
I don't think that we have ever done this, or we've never done anything as brave and adventurous as this, so we're very excited to mark the milestone.
There's some really fantastic legacy programming that celebrates the last 15 years, so some returns of some old favourites, and we've got plenty of new offerings as well.
To mark the anniversary, a variety of shows and performances will be freely accessible in Launceston's Princess Square. Tickets for paid exhibits go on sale from Thursday.
Well, second-placed Ulverston's expecting to get a good feel for whether they have what it takes to lift the NWFL trophy this year, facing a tough run home the last 3 rounds.
We've got Wynyard, Penguin and Devonport, so this weekend's a really good chance to see where we're at.
There will be headaches for Penguins NWFLW coaches trying to narrow down a starting list if the ladder leaders end up in the grand final.
I would hate to be in the position to have to pick a team. And he's going to have some really hard choices. There's some girls that are really going to have to prove themselves against Devonport and Wynyard.
There's just 3 rounds to go until finals. Well, pre-season is officially underway for the Jack Jumpers, but they're not on the court yet. While the new players get their hands dirty around Tasmania, there's plenty of work going on behind the scenes to fill 2 key roles. The first day of pre-season might have come as a bit of a surprise for some of Scott Roth's newest recruits. From setting up lecture halls to driving trucks, it's an unusual way of making sure the squad delivers the goods this season. And perfect to wash away the jet lag for new import David Johnson.
I love car spotting when I'm back home. I enjoy like Formula One, things like that, so it's cool to be around car dealerships.
But behind the scenes, the club's dealing with 2 big losses. Jack McVeigh signing with Cairns for 2 years this afternoon, a day after being released from his Tassie deal.
He's been a championship player. He'll always be a part of the Jack Jumpers folklore. But if he plays with the opposition, for that 40 minutes, we're going to have to take him down.
Harder to bear is the loss of Sean McDonald, who's out for the season with a ruptured ACL.
Everyone was devastated. He'll head back home here next week and, get around family, and then he'll jump into his operation, and that's pretty much the short term. Long term, it's all wait and see.
The coaching team searching around the world for the right person to fill the crucial point guard role.
We're in the process. We're really close. We like our options that have been presented to us.
Yeah, can't wait to see who they bring in, Michael. Watch this space.
Yeah, hope they get a good one. Thanks for that, Nick. Well, Peter Murphy will join us after the break with the weather forecast.
Good evening, Hobart, Denali and Bushy Park. Our top today with 17 degrees, Launceston and Devonport 14, Burnie a high of 15. Temperatures close to or just above average. Friendly Beaches and Grove 16, King Island, St Helens and Strawn all 15, Flinders Island and Low Head 14 degrees. We had some onshore winds today that brought patchy cloud over us. Golden Valley received 26 millimetres of rain to 9 a.m. Since then, Mount Barrow 16 millimetres as that front moved off. The speckled low cloud over Victoria and South Australia still linked to the front with us. Cloud with the next cold front well to the west. High cloud extends into central parts of the continent. Tomorrow the front will push through early as the mainland sits under that high pressure zone. The 20 to 30 knot northwest winds will shift southwesterly during the morning and ease later tomorrow afternoon, swells to 4.5 metres in western waters. A gale warning has been issued for waters from southeast Cape to Sandy Cape. A strong wind warning is on for all remaining coastal waters. Hobart, 11 with showers easing tomorrow, 10 the top for Geeveston, showers overnight easing tomorrow, a top of 9 for Bothwell. Launceston, similar forecast, but 13 the top, 12 for Devonport, same sort of thing for Cressy, 12 degrees. 12 also for Burnie, showers easing later, Strawn 11 and Curry 13 degrees. And along the east coast, a few showers, 14 the top for St Helens, 13 for Swansea, a shower or 2 for Orford, just 11. On Thursday, showers mainly over the west and south, fine over the rest of the state. A 50-50 chance of a shower over Strawn on Friday, fine and partly cloudy for most of Tasmania. And on Saturday, a possible light shower over the north and east coasts, otherwise a fine start to the weekend. Sunny and 19 in Perth tomorrow, showers easing from Adelaide but continuing for Melbourne. Sunny weather for Sydney and also Brisbane, 25 in the Queensland capital. Darwin in peak season, a sunny 32 tomorrow.